Do these 3 things and watch your life change. Very simple. 1, okay, you need a target. Find the target, find the goal. It's not my goal, it's not the neighbour's goal, it's your goal. You need a target. I call it an ecstatic desire. Now, you won't get that ecstatic desire tomorrow. The ecstatic desire, getting an ecstatic desire takes time, and it's not an overnight thing. But you need some target that has some kind of meaning to you. So get the target, get a vision of the person you wish you were. Get that vision in your head to doubt. Kill doubt. So set the target, kill doubt. When you set a target and you're 100%, you've got to be 100%. You kill the doubt. How do you kill the doubt? You're going to eliminate negativity, eliminate discussions, eliminate social media, anything that's not deliberate. Once you set that target that's yours and you eliminate doubt, okay, the next action is action. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You do that, you consistently do this, day in, day out, and you're getting to your target. You're getting to where you need to go. But not only that, your brain's changing. Your brain is changing. It's rewiring itself. It's reprogramming itself. That's what we're trying to do here. No one can reprogram and rewire your brain to where it should be instead of you. No one can rewire and reprogram your brain except for you. You're the only one that can do it. But we need to set a target. We can't just keep drifting in life and just hoping and praying things are gonna happen, and hoping and praying things are gonna change, and hoping and praying the government's gonna do something for us, or someone's gonna come. That's not gonna happen. That happens in fairy tales. It doesn't happen in real life. Someone is coming, and that someone is you. And what we need to do is change the model. Kill self-doubt, and that's easy. Once you have a strong target, it's not a target, the goal has to be strong, has to be meaningful, also has to be something that's difficult. Don't choose goals and targets that are too easy to get, because what we want when we choose a target, especially something that's meaningful to us, is we need problems. We need underneath that target problems. We need to incur problems, because when you incur a problem, okay, it means now you have to jump it to get towards your desire. So when we're going towards our desire and we kill doubts and we have problems, the moment that problem hits and the moment you make a mistake or you fail and someone else criticizes you, doubt's going to increase. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to kill this. 90%, I'd say 95+%, the reason why people never reach their destination is because of doubt. Doubt kills it. Even if you have 1% doubt, it kills it. And now let's think about it. You set your target, you come to your first problem, and it's a problem that's, it's a hard problem. What do? Most people will speak to their friends. Oh, it's impossible, don't do that. No. Oh, don't do that, you'll fail, you look like an idiot. You go to social media, 99% of people that are scrolling and commenting on social media, they're all negative and all living in doubt. That's why 99% of the people are nowhere in their life. They're going nowhere. They're living in fear, hatred, anxiety, depression. They're going to their death very, very miserable. Don't be that. Kill doubt. Because by killing doubt, see, this is basically the biggest cancer to this. See, people, what they do, they set their target, they spend 2 or 3 years planning for it. Like, oh, you got to have a plan. Oh, you got to write a plan. You got to put a business plan. You got to write how you're going to do it. They spend 2 or 3 years researching, analysing, speaking to all these people, and 2 years later they start their plan. I say, don't do that. Because what you're doing is procrastinating for yourself. I say, get doubt. Doubt comes from fear. It comes from family, friends, people that you don't even know coming in with the other discussions that you had. I keep saying, watch the discussions that you had. Because when you're discussing topics, see, I only discuss now topics or ideas or solutions to problems. If you talk to me, and you know what, sometimes you've got to learn to say no. You've got to learn to say no to things. No is the most powerful word, but it's also very empowering, because when you find that target and you kill doubt, the only thing left to do is action. Action. When you're actioning, when you're killing doubt, you're killing negativity. You're just actioning. You're embracing and chasing failure. You're embracing and chasing criticism. Because those things are resources that we can use to get to our destination. 1, 2, and 3. You set your target. You kill doubts, and then you action. Don't wait for a plan. Don't wait for the how. I see so many great, smart, intelligent people. They're spending 5 years on the plan. It's too late. People have already done it. Jump in. Jump in. Make the mistakes. Make the errors. Make an idiot out of yourself. Let others think you're an idiot. Who gives a shit? Because the others that don't know what you're doing, they're going to bring in, they're coming with a gift. They're coming with a gift. And that gift is doubt. And it creeps into your head, starts talking to you, starts distracting you. And then you start to lose confidence. And your brain then starts to talk to you. Because we need to be deliberate with our thoughts, with our actions. Once you set this target, we need to be deliberate. Nothing happens unless it's deliberate. When you go to sleep, it's deliberate. When you work, it's deliberate. So the 8 hours where you're not working, let's assume you've got 8 hours of sleep and then 8 hours of work, okay? And then you've got 8 hours that are yours. What do most people do when it's the leisure time? They scroll on social media because that's their entertainment. And they think by relaxing and sitting, the body wants to relax. The body doesn't want to relax. Because once it's excited about this, once there's excitement about this, the body doesn't want to relax. It actually wants to keep going. And if you look at the great successful billion-dollar mindsets in the world, they don't rest and they always look fresh because they're so excited that even when they're working, they're excited. And when you're excited chasing something, you never get tired. That's what sleep's there for. Sleep is there for you to rest. The 16 hours has to be deliberate. Who you socialise with has to be deliberate. How you socialise with who and the discussions you talk about has to be deliberate. When you go on social media, when you go on the internet, has to be deliberate. Because distractions and unwanted distractions, the thing is, when you're living a deliberate, focused life that has a target, all of a sudden you're rewiring your brain. And you're reprogramming, you're becoming the coder, you're becoming the software engineer to yourself. with AI, the coders, the software engineers, the IT, they control the whole infrastructure, the brain and the body. It's humans that are doing that. But now, with deep learning AI, the AI now is working out the how. So we're not telling it how to do it. We're just telling the AI, this is what we want you to do. You figure out how to do it. Because when you figure out how you do it through the actions, and this is what deep learning AI does, it figures out how to do it by making mistakes, by making errors, by trial and error, by trying something else. Doesn't have the knowledge, he'll go and get it. Doesn't have the skill sets, he'll go and find it. And all of a sudden it's getting closer and closer and closer to its goal. And by the time that happens, it's grown and developed a brain that's a deep learning brain model. Socrates. Now there's an official and unofficial story about this. But reading between the lines and knowing what I know about Socrates and knowing what I've seen through deep learning, Socrates was a deep learning teacher. He was so focused on critical thinking. He was so focused on getting his students to question everything. He was so focused on getting his students to go further, to challenge the establishment, to challenge things, to keep thinking in a deeper way, to be curious, to reflect. These are all deep learning traits. And guess what? They had him killed. They had him killed because the establishment said that he is brainwashing the kids. He's brainwashing future generations. But that's not why they killed him. That's not why the establishment killed him. The establishment killed him. Simple mathematics, and you can see it with AI now. Simple mathematics. You want to have a society. The more smarter people are, the more powerful they are. And so if you have a small percentage of deep learners, for example, let's say it's 1% or 2% of deep learners that are up here. Okay? Now these deep learners may have your interest or may not have your interest, but the point I'm trying to make, if you have a whole society that is a surface learner, that is a fixed mindset, that reproduces information, that's not a deep learner, but that will take your information and reproduce it and follow a process, that's easy to control. And they don't want, and Rockefeller in the 1920s basically said in his quote, he's written books on this, we don't want a society full of deep thinkers and deep workers. And when you see the whole education system since then, and since the lobbying that happened then, you can see why governments and establishments want that surface learning mentality. And you see the education system, it's all about reproducing information and following the process. Reproducing information and following the process, trying to carry how to think, how to feel, how to act. Deep learning throws all that out. We're going back to the deep learning way. And the thing is, looking at AI and understanding AI and seeing where AI is going, AI, and I can see the program, it's happening now, AI can do pretty much anything a surface learner can do now. It can reproduce information, it can reproduce a lot more information than data than humans, and it can follow a process without missing a step, 7 days a week, 24 hours, non-stop, doesn't need a break or anything. So now, the deep learners have introduced AI, and the big corporations and governments think, oh, well, this is fantastic. And I'm in AI, I'm involved in AI, I'm embracing AI because Because deep learning humans with deep learning AI can solve so many problems and elevate everyone and humanity as a whole. But it's not going to happen if we keep this massive distance between deep learners who are up here and surface learners. And one of the big debate in the AI is that, well, what happens if the AI becomes super intelligence? And super intelligence is basically when an AI can self-learn to do everything better than a human. Now, if that happens and then it exponentially grows, let's go forward 1,000 or 2,000 years, we could be in a situation where it grows so far ahead that it can create its own robots, its own population, and then decide it doesn't need it. We could be like the animals of the day and decide, hey, thank you, Mr. Human, but we don't need you. We'll put you in the zoo, or we'll do this, or we'll just keep you as slaves because you're not as smart as us. This is what exactly happens. The smartest become the most powerful. And so if you've got a super intelligent, this debate's going on now in the AI community. Elon Musk rightly is worried about this. Okay, we need to do something right now before it gets out of control. But let's assume this happens. Becomes super intelligence, super deep learner, and humans are down here. It's inevitable. Somewhere down the track they're going to say, hey, thank you humans, but you guys are just like animals, and we'll just confine you here, keep you happy, here's an income, and shut up. Does that sound familiar to what governments do and to what generally large corporations with big governments do? They keep the population very low. We'll stick you, we'll give you the education, we'll program you, and anyone that kind of thinks differently, thinks outside the square, critically thinks of something, well, no. We'll give you the issues. The media runs all these issues. They run all these issues. They're all negative. 99% of the media is all negative. Why do they do that? Because they want to put fire to negativity. They want to put fire to doubt. They want to put fire and fuel fire towards anger and jealousy and playing the victimhood and so on. And just like Socrates, he believed in a deep learning world. He believed that every human can recode their brain. And that I believe that for the sake of humanity, the majority of humans need to convert to deep learners so that you the human, deep learner means that you, the human, the individual, reprograms and re-engineers your own brain. You control your own learning, you control your own thoughts, your own freedom, your own ideas, your own targets, because we're all different. And then together we come back together and build something even better and higher. And that's better for democracy, because when you've got a culture and a majority of deep learners, it means that it's very hard for governments to lie to us. It's very hard for the media to lie to us. It's a win-win for everyone. And so, do these three simple things. Create that target, find a target, kill self-doubt. And self-doubt, it comes from external. And really deliberately, once you find this and you set this and you get this action, jump into it. Get into it. Start finding the actions that you need to get stuck into it. And be deliberate. And have the conversations. And have the bad conversations. And embrace failure and embrace criticism, because they're bringing in resources. Because when someone criticizes you, okay, I had someone criticize me yesterday, but it was a good criticism. Someone that I really respect. And it gave me so much more to work on, because I knew there were certain things that I needed to work on. And now I've got a list of actions that I need to do. And it's giving me a target. It's giving me a way now to work on these actions. But I have now a deliberate deliberate action. I have now a deliberate purpose. And so my actions and my time is deliberate. Don't waste it. Don't spend it on anything that's not derived to your target. And if you've got family, if you've got kids, your kids are going to love you for it. That your kids are going to be inspired for it. Your kids will always be inspired by what you do and how you think. They will become deep learners. I can't make anyone a deep learner unless they want to be it with a passion. If you don't want to be a deep learner, these videos that I'm doing now, they're for me. This is my deep learning exercise. This is my deep learning practice. They're making me into a better deep learner. They're making me into a better creator. They're helping me get to my target. I'm not interested in courses and coaching and all that stuff. That's not my space. My goal is to change your mindset so you can coach yourself. So when you do read a book as a deep learner, that one book has more of an impact than 100 books that you've ever read before. That's the goal. Find a target, kill doubts, get stuck into the action. Don't procrastinate. And you know what? You're gonna make mistakes, and the things you're gonna do, you're better off doing this. Eliminate that. Say no to all the conversations. Say no to the functions that you have to go to. No, you're not gonna go because you have to do this. Is more exciting. Have the conversations that you need to have that are gonna bring that. Don't go to gossip. Don't talk negative. If anyone calls you to complain about something, always turn around and say, what's the solution? Because if they don't have a solution, all they're doing, they're bringing you the gift of doubt. That's what people focus when you're having a discussion. Are these people bringing the gift of doubt, or are they giving you an idea that we can bet on something? Are they bringing a gift of doubt? Or are they giving you the gift? Are they bringing you the gift of an idea? Or are they giving you the gift of advice? Because once you change that, once you do 1, 2, 3, and you change the mindset and you kill doubt. When you kill doubt, when you kill this, you're 95% there. This here alone is the difference between this, you getting to here and here. This is a big block, yeah? Because it's all here. When you get that doubt, you feel upset, you're gonna feel like, oh, what am I doing? Do I really know what I'm doing? You're gonna feel vulnerable, and you're gonna say, okay, maybe they're right, or maybe that person's right, and they're my friend, I've known them for 25 years. Maybe they're right, they're concerned about me. Maybe I should go back and start scrolling on social media, and I should do all the stuff that I was doing before that actually got me nowhere. When you do that, you know what you're becoming? A slave. That's what I call slavery. Because slavery is when you're vulnerable and then you become reliant on someone bigger, someone that is a deep learner. And then deep learners are now into the thick of AI and the stuff they're doing. I'm seeing it because I'm in the AI. It's unbelievable. Great people. But you've got to remember, my interests and your interests may not align. This is why it's really important that we get a majority of deep learners, because the people that are deep learners, they're too smart. And sometimes people in government, they're not deep learners, they're surface learners, they're just reproducing information. And the media too, they're just reproducing information. And we have a gap in the media at the moment, because the media is not the media it was 20, 30 years ago or 40 years ago. That really was a very critical journalist. I mean, I had a friend of mine who's a journalist, I won't name him. They know the story before they've even started. They know what story they want to put out. They've got the agenda, they know that. They just got to make sure they find the stuff to get there. But a real journalist A deep learning journalist should not know where the story is going to end up. When they start the story, the purpose is to not know where the story is going to end, to let the facts and the data and the research drive them to the actual story. That's what a journalist is. And that's what we're lacking. And then we're lacking that because the media, just like the government, has got away with feeding information to the people, hoping that they're going to reproduce it and follow the rules and the process. And it doesn't have to be that way. And it's time, and I know there's a lot of people out there that know that what I'm saying is the truth. It's time to step up as an individual, because now more than ever, it's time to step up and convert and reprogram your brain into a deep learning brain model. Set your target, eliminate the doubt, and then get stuck into the action. Don't worry about the how. Don't spend too much time planning. Just get stuck into it. Get stuck into the pursuit. It will happen, but it won't happen when this cancer, doubt, is the #1 cancer in the world. It's the #1 disease causer in the world. It's the #1 cause of depression. It's the #1 cause of the reason why you will be where you are to the day you die. It's doubt. Kill it, get to your target,